I have to tell you guys, my 5-year-old just got glasses. So we are just experiencing new devices right now. He got his new glasses in this week. So we've got cochlears and glasses on his little head. It's so cute. But y'all, I had honestly just about forgotten what it was like to introduce new devices to kids that they're not used to wearing and how in the heck to get them to wear it. And I'm not talking about retention like headbands or keeping them actually on their heads. I got that, but like keep getting them to wear them. Right. I mean, we went through this twice with the kids with the boys when they were little with their cochlears, and it just kind of eventually became second nature for us and like putting them on. So I've already had experience with this sort of thing, and I know that in time glasses are going to become second nature for my son. I think he already recognizes that he sees better with them. Um, but right now they are more like playthings to him. He wears them a little bit and then he needs a break, and that's totally fine. He's getting used to it. His eyes are getting used to it, but like uh the new device introduction period, I am feeling all of you parents who are trying to convince or encourage your little ones to wear those cochlears or those hearing aids or those bahas or whatever your devices are for the first time. I get you, and now I am remembering. So today, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. I've got a little bit of a list, and this is going to be kind of very organic. I don't have much of like an outline this time, um, but about some things that I'm noticing this really third time around with, keeping new devices on our kids. Were some things I'm knowing, realizing this third time around, and some things that I realized I kind of already knew and am just kind of implementing with our child because we kind of already know the drill at this point. But I thought it might be helpful because I hear from you guys all the time, how do I keep these things on my kids? Or, how do I like encourage them to actually wear them? Like the audiologist wants my kids to wear these devices all the time, every waking hours. Don't worry, I'm not going to tell you to wear them every waking hour, but I am going to help you introduce these new devices to your child so that um, they can get the most benefit as possible, and so they can have a positive experience with their devices. Um, so my number one thing that I'm doing with my son and that we did when they got cochlear implants was you need to start slow. Okay, so at the beginning, it's a big change. It's a big change to wear these devices. It's a change getting used to wearing things on your head and having extra things up there or wearing extra things on your eyes. It's different. So you need to start slow. So at the beginning, within the first week or even the first couple of weeks, they may not wear them every waking hour. And that is okay. You need to start slow and work up to wearing them because there is a lot that your child is getting used to that you may or may not be thinking about. And with that, when you start slow, you can even, especially if you're going through this with a little bit older child, you can set boundaries and time limits about when you can they'll wear their devices, and so slowly increase from there. So set a time limit of today we're gonna wear our devices at breakfast time, just breakfast time, like while they're eating. Great. You get through that. Maybe they take them off, maybe not. You try the rest of the day. Okay. So the next day or in a couple of days, add on. We're going to wear them during breakfast time, and we're going to wear them for 30 minutes after breakfast time, and like set a timer. And then, if they keep them on, keep them on. That's great. If they take them off, fine. Like try again. And just keep setting those time limits and expectations and slowly increase to wearing them all day or all day that they're like awake and not napping, right? So start slow and set those time limits and slowly increase those time limits because it gets your child used to wearing these things all day. I mean, think about if someone just gave you devices and were like, okay, now you have to wear them all day long and you weren't used to it, it would be weird. And it would be a little tiresome to wear them all day long because don't forget when your child is wearing these devices, they're hearing and they're getting a lot of language input that they aren't used to getting. So it's also tiring their brain. So there's a lot going on when you introduce new devices. So starting slow and setting time limits and increasing those time limits is a really great way to work up to wearing them all day long. Second thing that I noticed is working for my 5-year-old with his glasses is I'm putting on his glasses or his devices on during critical times when he will want to see. And we did this when our babies were little and were wearing their cochlears. We put the devices on their head during times when we knew that they would want to hear. So if there's like something cool like music that you know that they would want to hear and that would grab their attention, or like cartoons that you know would be interesting for them to hear, kind of slip those devices on during that time because it shows them, oh, hearing is really cool. Like you can wear them and listen to this music, or you can wear them and you can hear the cartoons and what they're saying. It kind of encourages them even more to wear them because they're like, oh, I can hear like the cool things that I want to hear. You have to kind of convince them that um, they can hear better and better enjoy the things that they already want to enjoy. So put them on during the critical times that they're already like want to do something, and hearing that thing would add like an extra layer of excitement, and then like make a big deal about like, you heard that, you can hear the music, you can hear them singing, isn't that cool? Make a big deal about it and make it really fun, and that will encourage them to wear it more. um yeah, and that's what I'm doing with my kid with his glasses, and I'm slipping the glasses on during times when like he's playing outside and he wants to see better to play outside. We went to the park and on a hike today, and he wore them during like the whole time at the park and at the hike, because he wanted to be able to see where we were going, what we were doing. And so putting them on during those times that he's already interested is just encouraging him to want to wear them more and to want to see better. And the last one that I say, introducing new devices to your child takes a lot of consistency, patience, and grace. You consistently have to keep putting the devices on your child every day, multiple times throughout the day, getting them used to it. You have to be patient, because they will throw them off after a certain time. They'll not want to wear them all day. And you have to give them grace and understanding that they are experiencing something new and different, and it takes time to get used to stuff. Now, some kids it doesn't, some kids it does. And so overall, that's really what it takes is consistency, patience, and grace for your child. And over time, your child will want to wear them. And that's how I know that we're going to get through this hump with my kid with his glasses. Right now, it's hard for me to get him to wear them sometimes, but we just got them like 2 days ago, so I get it. But it was the same thing. When our kids got their cochlears for the first time, they didn't want to wear them. It took them a while to like build up to it, to learn language, to want to hear language. And at some point in the process, they started wanting to hear and wanting to hear their cochlears. And now both of my boys like bring me their devices in the morning so I can put them together. They're constantly, if the cochlears come off or something, they want them back on, and they like motion to put them back on. Now they want to hear, and keeping them on all day is no problem for my boys now. So that's how I know that we are going to work up to this with our son with his glasses eventually, but it is just going to take consistency, patience, and grace to get him to do that. And that's what I wanted to encourage you in today, that you can do this, you can keep them on. Don't stress out if it's not all day at the beginning. Work up to it, be consistent, have patience, have grace, and you will get there. And if you have any questions about encouraging your kids to wear their devices, keeping them on, or anything else about hearing loss, then come join our Facebook group. We have parents, grandparents, teachers, everybody in there who are raising deaf kids or in the village of raising deaf kids. And I would love to hear from you. We would love to help you and answer your questions. So go to facebook.com/group/raising deaf kids. And I hope this episode calms your soul a little bit, because I know keeping these things on your kids is a big source of stress for parents. And so I hope this helps you realize that it is possible, but it is going to take a little bit of time. And I know that as parents, we all want the best for our kids, and unfortunately, especially kids with hearing loss, do not come with a handbook. But I just want to tell you that you are doing a great job, because you are here, you're listening, you're learning, and you're trying to help your child. I am so proud of your efforts, and I am so glad that you're here. And I will see you in the next episode. Bye.